bought 7 of the same outfit, 7 pairs of black trousers or 7 pairs of chinos, 7 black t-shirts and 7 jumpers, all identical. So every morning, all he does is get up and just get the next one in the rail, and then probably just chucks that in the bin on the night. I don't know. There's something that I think I probably struggle with in my own decision-making process, that I'm not even sure I was completely aware of this before, but I'm seeing patterns that keep coming back around that suggest that, I don't know if it's a change or I've always been like this, but in my decisiveness or my ability to make decisions, that, yeah, it's a pattern that I saw come up. And I'll give you the example of what I was doing just a second ago that actually made it clear to me that, do you know what? Yeah, I think I have got an issue with making decisions. And there's a couple of examples, and the first one was booking accommodations. So I think, you know, in life these days, we are literally completely and utterly drowning in decisions. You cannot just have a closed set of options for things, you know. And booking.com is a prime example of this. If I want to book somewhere to stay, you just pop up and it's like boom, and especially, God help you if you go on the map view, you just see a million dots all over the map. It looks like the map has got measles, and every single one of them is another option, another apartment, another hotel, another this, another that, and you sort of click on it, tab open, click on it, tab open, click on it, another tab open, and you're like, wow, like, where am I going to sleep? So that's one example. But the other example that I've just had now is I want to go back and start swimming again, right? So I haven't been swimming for a long time, but I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go swimming. When can I do it? When can I go? Like, should I do Tuesday? No, I can't do Tuesday because I've got college. Should I go Wednesday? That doesn't really work with such and such. Should I go I don't know. And to be honest, it was becoming like just overwhelming, I think is probably the word. Or not overwhelming, so it's not like I'm, you know, stressing out about it, but it's like I cannot pick a day to save my own life. Anyway, so I go up into the leisure centre and walk in, and I ask for help face to face with a human being. Now I realise I could have literally gone on the website, I could have called and got an automated service, and, you know, I could have probably even looked on their Instagram profile and then had a look at their timetable, their swim calendar. I thought, you know what, I'll go in and figure it out. Anyway, turns out, after all that, all the said and done, the only possibility that I can actually do is, or what they have available for me, and they call it open swim or free swim, is a Friday evening at 7:30. And do you know what? I came out of that, I was like, boom, done. That is exactly when I'm going to do it. I now swim every Friday at 7:30. How easy was that? It was beautiful. I feel relieved. I feel completely got no stress, no weight on my shoulders. That is exactly when I always wanted to swim. Now, that was, it was always Friday at 7:30. You know, ideal. And I think, you know, if you actually look at it, I'm pretty sure there was an example of one of those guys, one of those like super high efficient blokes. It's probably, who's the guy? It's either it's either Jeff Bezos or is Zuckerberg, one of the two. I'll go Bezos, but whatever. But he'd worked out, it might even be Elon Musk, but anyway, one of these guys that are just working non-stop. And he worked out that he had option or decision paralysis, I think it is. So he just completely emptied his wardrobe and bought 7 of the same outfit, 7 pairs of black trousers or 7 pairs of chinos, 7 black t-shirts and 7 jumpers, all identical. So every morning, all he does is get up and just get the next one in the rail, and then probably just chucks that in the bin on the night. I don't know. He probably gets new clothes every day. But that just sped him up. Now, I don't get decision paralysis, if we're calling it that. on getting dressed, that's not a problem. But on certain instances and certain circumstances, like when, you know, deciding when I'm going to take up my new hobby of swimming again, that worked perfectly for me. And I know that if I'd gone in there and there were 7 days a week that I could have possibly done that, I would have come out there and probably never swim in my life. Never booked it. But at least now I know that is the window, and I'll just work around that. So yeah, that's interesting take. I don't know whether I have just become more indecisive as I've gotten older, or whether it is just the abundance of options that are there and prevalent for every single goddamn thing in life. You just get a billion different options and a billion different possibilities, where, you know, I think if people can just work within constraints, this constraint here, this little box, you know, you can't look too far afield. So anyway, there you go. Start swimming this Friday. I've just come back in and I thought I need to look it up actually to get the correct terminology, and actually what it's called, or widely recognised as, is analysis paralysis. So it is basically when you are given too many options, or choice paralysis, or too many choices, your brain cannot, like, I guess, condense or distill them down to actually what you're after. Another real good example of this is obviously Netflix. You know, I cannot tell you how many times I just never get to the point of actually deciding what to watch on Netflix. You know, I go in with good intentions, and I think, right, okay, let's pop this on, stick a film on, or even worse still, as a TV program. Jesus Christ, I reckon I've watched S1, E1 of every single TV show that there is on Netflix, and then more often than not, just not got any further. I don't know why, but I think that goes back to, you know, if I'm going to compare that to what it used to be like back in the good old days, you know, in the dawn, or in the days of, say, a Blockbuster or a video shop, what would happen is a Friday would roll around and you'd say, right, tonight is going to be movie night, and then you go up to the video shop, you would look at the boxes, look at the covers. More often than not, you didn't even have a review of these things, so you didn't even know what you were actually aiming for, because, like, pre-internet and that, and pre every man and his dog having a review platform to tell you how good or bad a film is. So you just look at the box, read the blurb on the back, see a star that you like, and think, right, okay, this is it, I'm going for that. And then when you came back, you were committed to that film. You know, you better believe that if you just spent £2.50 to rent this damn thing for a night, that when you come back and you stick it in the VHS player, that you would watch that film. And, you know, even you get in 15 minutes and it's like, this film is absolutely diabolical. You know, that was your night. You would just plow through and you would power through and watch the film. Whereas now, you know, I spend, you know, if I'm led down and like, right, okay, got to get a film on by 10 o'clock, you know, 10 o'clock, 2 hours, that's midnight. I mean, you know, preferably you want to get that film on at 8 o'clock so you can fanny about and what have you. But what happens is you stick it on, you scroll, look at that, read that bit, maybe watch a trailer, you think, okay, let's do this one, that looks good. Put it on, 12 minutes into it, I've lost interest, I've already IMDb'd it, looked at every flipping trivia fact about the thing. Oh gosh, sod it, someone's given it a 4-star review, said it's the worst film since Geely. So you ping it off and stick another one on, and then the cycle repeats, and before you know it, you watch 12 minutes or you know, 10 minutes at the start of 10 films, and then you just go to bed. Or, you know, the next level is you perhaps get a film on and you fall asleep. So yeah, analysis paralysis. If you're just given, if Netflix had a function, maybe I should start this up, they just basically shotgun you a TV program. It's like you can't access stuff. You go into what's called, we're going to call this anti-analysis paralysis mode, and basically at 8 p.m. every night, Netflix just turns on and just plays your movie. You can't pause, you cannot change, you cannot do anything. You have to watch it. There's your $1 million idea. That is what I'm going to do. It's got to be an app around that. I'm going to get a Chinese guy on it right now.